Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It was supposed to be a Mama Boga's government. It was supposed to be a mtu wa mkokoteni government. It was supposed to be a mtu wa kuchoma mahidi kando ya barabara government. It was supposed to be mtu wa mituba government. It was supposed to be a mtu wa bodaboda's government. It was supposed to be a bottom-up economic government. But what we are seeing is a gangster's government. What we are seeing is a government that is forcing things down the throats of the hustlers. What we are seeing is a government out to finish what the gains, all the gains that were made by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Mwai Kibaki. It is turning out to be a Nyayo's government in another name. So if you are joining this channel for the first time, this is Kashi's Kaman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and for our viewers, kindly like this video. We have seen the Presidential Working Party coming up with a proposal to increase the university education. The fees will be increased from 16,000 per year to 52,000 per year. This is a government that was supposed to give free education. This is the government that was supposed to give free education from nursery all the way to university. What we are seeing is another government. This is not what Kenyans voted for. And if I may ask you, how many people are going to afford the university education? If you look at the junior secondary school, it is in a mess. It is chaos. No enough teachers, no learning materials, nothing, no preparedness. Teachers not prepared. Only the students are being taken to junior secondary school. But the structures, ukiangalia utaona kwamba hawakuwa wamejipanga vizuri. When the Presidential Working Party took the second report to the president in State House, nothing much came out to the public. They could not even announce the proposals because they felt that Mama Boga, mtu mkokoteni, is going to riot, is going to come out guns blazing. They feared the consequences. When you look at the secondary education, this government removed the subsidies that were put by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Tukaona ya kwamba in a national school, you find parents paying as much as 100,000. Last week, we had the toothless education CS, Ezekiel Mashogu, saying that they were going to demote the principals who had increased school fees. And by the way, they were supposed to be demoted yesterday. And their deputies were supposed to take over. But nothing happened. Hakuna kitu walifanya. Ni kubweka tu bila kufanya chochote. The parents have continued to suffer. Some parents have not even cleared school fees. And now, the same parents, sasa unawaambia, kule ambako walikuwa na matumaini ya kwamba 16,000 all said and done was something that is manageable by all standards. It was manageable because it's per year and it is university education. But now, when you see now the government coming up with a proposal that after high school, you have to prepare about 52,000, which I think could be more because you have to meet other costs, food, housing and the likes. Unapoangalia utaona hii ni serikali ambayo inajaribu kulazimisha mambo kwa Wakenya. Na I can tell you, if this government continues like this, people are going to riot. People are going to resist. There will be rebellion in this country. And William Samoei Ruto need to know that what he promised the people is not what he's doing. Something else that is happening in this country is the taxation that is being forced on people's throats. You realize that the government is using KPLC kujua ni watu wangapi, ni watu gani ambao kuna hizi mashini za Kenya Power. And maybe because there are some tenants who have the meters registered under their names. Others, yeah, tenants, they have water meters registered under their names. And just like the government is forcing people to pay taxes just because you are receiving money. Maybe somebody is in UK and has sent money, or in Britain, or in, say, America, and has sent money to you to give to your old mother or your old father who cannot be able to withdraw money from the M-Pesa. And now government is forcing you to pay taxes. Here comes a lecturer at the University of Nairobi who was telling me that he was sent money by a parent to give money to a student, 2 students, by the way. And the parents have always been doing this. And now the lecturer was asking me, now the government wants me to pay the taxes because I'm receiving money on behalf of these students, because I'm the one who manages their finances. So you can imagine the kind of government that we're having, the kind of government that is invading even people's privacy. I think even the Hustlers Fund is wrong in the way it is being approached. Where did you give? Because when you look at the privacy, the protection policy, ukiangalia utaona kwamba watu wanaigilia nini? Wanaigilia our privacy. Who told them that they should have our M-Pesa information? How? When did it happen? Because I believe we are protected by the law. Na ukiangalia utaona kwamba kutokana na tamaa ya pesa, tamaa ya kodi, tamaa ya zakayo ambayo imepita, unaona kwamba now they are doing everything possible to force people, even the disabled, to pay taxes. And I believe this is something that is being forced on people's throat. Remember, when you go and buy a kilo of sugar, already you have paid taxes. When you go and drink 1 bottle for the road, already you have paid taxes. When you buy petrol, when you fuel your motorbike, you have paid tax. Na sasa wanataka zile pesa tena umepata baada ya kutoa jasho ukifanya kazi ya bodaboda, sasa ulipe. Because you see, this is something that we are not expecting. When I saw this government, this government, for sure, it was the minority. All said and done, in parliament, as far as parliamentary business is concerned, it was the minority government. It is supposed to be the minority government. Azimio is supposed to be the majority in parliament. But when I saw Wetangula and William Samuel Ruto trying to steal, because he's stealing, by the way, huku ni kuibia wana Azimio, and the majority party was declared the minority party. That is the time I realized this is a gangster nation. When I saw William Samuel Ruto trying to force the Supreme Court judges who had the cases, who had the issues, or said they done, without even knowing why they were rejected in the first place by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and they were forced on people's throat, then I knew we are headed for a difficult time. When you look at the judge who was handling Irene Masit tribunal, it is clear to all and sundry that he had issues. It is clear and sundry to all that he was being investigated by FBI because of so many things. I don't know whether it is a money laundering or what. Now, this is a person now who is supposed to investigate and find out if Irene Masit is fit to hold office. You can see the kind of government I'm talking about. When you look at this government, you look at the government that is raiding the opposition every day instead of working. You see, like now, I don't know whether it was yesterday, they were very, very happy that Motula Kilonzo Jr. had visited the CS infrastructure. This is something that they have to celebrate. Something they have to celebrate. Something that is very minor. And we are seeing them every day parading opposition leaders, opposition parliamentarians and senators. Because that's the greatest achievement according to them. So what is this now? The government that is raiding opposition every day instead of raiding poverty. Sasa kile ambacho tunaona wanafanya hivi wakati watu wanalia. Wanafanya hivi wakati ambapo watu wanaumia. Wanafanya hivi wakati ambapo mzazi hajapeleka mtoto shuleni. Wanafanya hivi wakati ambapo mtu wa mkokoteni hana chochote mfukoni. Wanafanya hivi when they promised that pesa mfukoni and there's nothing in the pockets. When you look at the CSs that huyu mtu alichagua, The president failed this country. The president completely failed this country because none of these CS has shown something that is worth talking about. I was listening to CS Moses Kuria yesterday on Citizen TV and Kizure Kidiki yesterday on Nation TV. Like when you listen to these guys, they have nothing to offer. There is very little to offer for this country. And I pitied our country. Our CSs are not equal to the task. They are very incompetent. They don't have any idea of how they are going to improve the economy of this country. They don't have any idea of how they are going to resurrect the already dead economy. When you look at the way CS Interior is handling the insecurity, in fact, you pity him. I pity him for sure. At the army is on the ground, jeshi la polisi na jeshi letu liko pale, lakini ukiangalia, the bandits are spitting on their mouth. They are spitting on their faces. They are raiding people. They are stealing even when they are there. We have not seen much happening. In fact, now nothing much is happening. It's just bravados. It's just hype. And you see, I believe it was somebody like the late Mishuki. I'm telling you, the bandits could be out of the bushes now. Tungekuwa tunaokota mili ya wafu kule. Magaidi na mambo kama nini watu kama hao. When I look at the way the president is handling the situation, I was listening to him yesterday, the day before yesterday, when he was talking about IMF and that is International Money, Mother and Father, and the World Bank. And yes, he had a very good point. But why go ahead and accept the policies of the policies of International Monetary Fund? You know that they are not working, and you know there's no country that has ever followed IMF and World Bank policies and succeeded. Hakuna hata moja. And then you come and force the same policies on Kenyan throats. Hili ni jambo ambalo halifai. And you see, hii serikali imekuwa ikiiba mambo ya fertilizer, bolea. Nikana kwamba bolea ndio kila kitu. It's like fertilizer is going to solve all problems in this country. And even when the rains are failing us, they are still talking about bolea. Bolea itasaidia nini wakati ambapo hatuna chakula. Instead of talking of something like irrigation, instead of talking of something that the way they are going to create jobs, because this is what should be happening. And something else that is happening in this country. That's why I'm saying this is a gangster nation. Unaangalia vile ambavyo serikali inafanya unapata kwamba, like now the chief administrative secretaries who were in the first place rejected by the courts, and now when they were given the green light, you realize when it comes to the naming of the chief administrative secretaries, majority of these nominees, appointees, will come from William Samoei Ruto's tribe and a few from the Kalenjin nation. This is a gangster nation. This nation is not going far. This nation is failing its people. This nation is lost in the wilderness. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, I can tell you we are lost in the wilderness. If you ask me, I can tell you that we are not headed in the right direction. If you ask me, university education needs to be free. If you ask me, I can tell you things are worse and can only be worse. This is Kashi's Command TV, the Towards Money Black Africa. Remember to subscribe to our channel and like this video, and may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.